Ah, when I first started, I was a massive influence, as I think most young comics are. I was a big fan of Robert Klein, George Carlin, Steve Martin. I saw Richard Pryor. So all these, I was just a mass. I was like a hippie Jewish black guy in a white small town body, you know. It's just those weird amalgam, and you have to peel away these things, and you find yourself doing a Robert Klein move, and you go, I don't do that again, you know, just kind of peel away these things. The first time my buddies from my hometown saw me, they come up after the show like, hey, that was great, let's go, and then start drinking and start partying. And then they saw me like 2 years later. So the first time they saw me was probably around 1980, and they saw me again about 1982. And afterwards, one of them said, you know, you're funny like you used to be funny now. The first time we saw you, you were funny, but we're like, that's not really rich. And now you're funny like you used to be funny around us. And I thought, okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting to where I need to peel away everything and be true to yourself, because I think that's when you're the best, funniest. And when your character on stage is just an extension of your offstage funny. And the best example I can think of that, I remember Larry David. You see him on TV, and you think, people have asked me that, guys, what's Larry David like in real life? He goes, he's like that. That's who he is. That's why it's so effective. That's why he's so hilarious. A couple of years ago, Kenny Kramer, who was the original Kramer, visiting LA, said, let's go over and see Larry David. Now, Larry David, of course, he was living in this huge house in the Palisades, this beautiful house. Of course, he's Seinfeld money. He's got it going on. So we're hanging out that day, and we smoked some cigars, Cuban cigars, of course. So as we're leaving, Larry says, Scheidner, Kenny, take a couple cigars. So I grab 2 cigars. I head for the door. All of a sudden, Larry David's yelling, hold it right there. Hold it there. Scheidner, Kramer, look, Kramer, how many cigars you got, Kramer? How many cigars you got? Kramer's got 3. He says, you got 3. Scheidner's got 2. I said, take a couple. That's a couple. That's 2. Scheidner knows that's 2. You're pushing it, Kramer. You always got to push it. If I said take a few, that's 3. If I say take a bunch, that's 4. But you got to push it, Kramer. You always got to push it. He's got millions, like one cigar. It's the language. He was pissed off that Kramer had pushed the language on him. And it was perfect. It was a perfect example.